Hello and welcome to Today at the Games. My name is Edward Russell, live from Phnom Penh, and stay with us for the next half an hour as we bring you highlights of Team Singapore in action on day 9 here in Cambodia. We will have water polo where the men face defending champions Indonesia in a real grudge match. The shuttlers were also in action in the doubles, and the fencers started their team events today as well. We'll also have a bronze from Judo, but we kick things off today with table tennis, where Singapore had a chance for 3 golds in the double events.
We start with the mixed doubles. It is Singapore against Vietnam. Clarence Chu and Zhang Zheng representing Singapore. And all of a sudden, Vietnam have turned this round to a set point of their own. Clarence Chu on serve. And into the net, Vietnam take the opening set, but they've come out on top 13-11. It's a good rally, but once again, Vietnam have taken the points. Big moments in this second set. So 11-8, Vietnam make it 2-love in the final. It's a 3-point cushion now, and they keep their nerve this time and get back into this final. Had their nerve at the end, Singapore, despite that mini fight back from Vietnam towards the end, but they are back in this at 2-1 now. Just clip the edge of the table. We're back to 12 all. It's gold for Vietnam. Singapore have to settle for silver in the mixed doubles.
我觉得就是整场比赛对方拼得比较凶，然后特别是可能我们在第一局大比分10-3领先的情况下，可能没拿下来，对于我们的气势上有很大的影响，然后让对方增长了很多信心，然后到后边我们也竭尽全力去想取得胜利，但是可能还是差了一些。
Of course, we're disappointed not to go one step further, but it still shows that we still have a lot to work on, both individually and as a pair. So, yeah, we have to go back and figure out what we can work on.
Singapore, they're up against the might of the Thailand duo, who are looking for a 3rd straight women's doubles gold at the SEA Games. There is the win, so 11-4 Thailand taking the opening set. Just flick the net cord again, which has taken it long and again. The enforced error from Singapore gives another set point to Thailand. (13-15), but a much better battling performance from Singapore in that second set. Good winner from Trustasini. Is this to be a hat-trick of gold medals for this Thai pairing? Yes, it is. Singapore find the net, so they have to be content with silver. Orawan and Trustasini take gold once more.
So, like, going up against them today, we know that they are a really good pair. So we just try our best to, like, come up with solutions to be able to make the game difficult for them and play in our stride.
I feel like we had our opportunities, we had some good plays, but maybe we just need to be more consistent so that we can put more pressure on them and have like a closer game next time. Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the men's double. Singapore taking on Malaysia. That's a good winner. Chung did well to return that. Good start for Singapore. 11-3. They take the first set. Malaysia just keeping themselves in front at the moment. Malaysia mounting a good comeback now. Set point. And there it is, 11-8. So we're levelled up at 1 set all. That's a good winner from Chung Javan. Brilliant play by Singapore to win the point and to win the set. And they take a 2-1 lead. Netted from Chung. Can't get going in this one. And there's the winner. It is goal for Singapore. Having missed out in the 2 previous doubles, the mixed and the women's, they finally close out a gold medal here. Their second of the SEA Games in the table tennis. 3-1 win for Singapore over Malaysia.
We felt very confident throughout the match because we knew what was going on and what they would be doing because we prepared ourselves a lot. And after winning the goal, it's definitely a very good accomplishment, and yeah, I'm very happy with myself.
Because it's my first doubles in individual event finals, so I was really nervous. But during the game, I also had a lot of trust in Cohen and my coach in finding tactics, and that calmed me down. During the match, I didn't feel that nervous at all. Even when we are losing, I just told myself to just play, and whatever result happens.
Yes, well done to Cohen and Isaac for their win in the men's doubles final. A pity we couldn't make it 3 out of 3, but the players look pretty determined to make the gold theirs next time around at the Thailand 2025 SEA Games. All right, it is time for a quick pause. We will see you after the break for fencing, including the team events and judo, which picked up yet another medal. Welcome back. You are watching Today at the Games, coming to you live from Phnom Penh. Now, judo is coming up in a while, but first to fencing. And it was the team events that started today after the conclusion of the individual events yesterday. And Singapore were in contention in the women's sabre and the men's épée. The noise levels at the Troy Trung Va Convention Centre went up a decibel or two as the fencing competition went into the team events. Boisterous supporters cheered on their teams as thrilling bouts unfolded in the women's sabre and men's épée events today. In the women's team sabre semi-final, Singapore was represented by the quartet of Juliet Heng, Jessica Ong, Jean Koh and Nicole Wee. They faced the team from Vietnam. In team events, each member takes turns in a total of 9 3-minute bouts, with the changeover happening once a player hits 5 points against his or her opponent. The team with the most points when the clock runs out at the end of 9 bouts, or the first team to reach a total of 45 points, wins. Singapore started well, leading 13-6 at one stage, but Vietnam soon seized the initiative, with Singapore having to play catch-up. Vietnam eventually won 45-42 to consign the 2021 silver medalists to a joint bronze medal this time around. Vietnam and the Philippines took gold and silver respectively.
I think definitely we are quite disappointed with the results this time. We definitely came back here intending to win the gold and to make a new history for women's sabre in Singapore. But I still am very proud of the team. I feel like on this past year journey to come back here, we've faced a lot of obstacles. Each of us have had injuries, personal circumstances, but today we really gave it our all. And while the result is disappointing, I'm very proud of the journey that we've been on today.
For me, I think everything is very new because it's my first time. It's also Juliet's first time, but this time I'm only fencing team, and honestly the crowd was crazy. I was quite overwhelmed by the screams, but I feel that there is some sort of comfort in the crowd because I feel that I'm carrying my flag behind my back, and like the support and all the cheers are also for me and not just for my opponent. So I'm pretty glad that I got this experience.
In the men's épée team event, Singapore's trio of Sito Jiantong, Simon Lee and Bron Shum took on the team from Thailand in the semi-final. Singapore, the defending champions in this event, just couldn't find their attacking groove, and Thailand made them pay. With the clock running out at the end of the 9th bout, Thailand won by a score of 44-37. Singapore took home the joint bronze. Vietnam took gold, with Thailand taking silver.
Definitely, I feel disappointed. We have trained very hard to try to defend our title, but somehow today we didn't do quite well. But we will train even harder and we will perform better next time.
Quite a disappointing performance, especially for me, because I didn't defend that well this bout, and obviously could have done much better. And yeah, I feel like I let my team down, and I hope to improve the next SEA Games as well.
Judo is a martial art that originated in Japan and is now an Olympic sport. It is based on the principle of using an opponent's strength and momentum against them, rather than relying on one's own physical strength. The objective is to throw or take down an opponent to the ground and immobilize them with a submission hold. Athletes can either win by points or by submission. A Wazari awards half a point, while an Ippon awards a full point, which will grant them instant winners of the bout. A Wazari will only award a win when the 4-minute time runs out. The game's debutantes Jun Yuxuan, Tang Jingfan and Zhou Yujie represented Team Singapore in the women's under 70 kilogram, under 57 kilogram and men's under 66 kilogram respectively. Despite her best efforts, Yuxuan failed to win any of her 4 bouts of a round-robin format. In the women's under 57 kilogram category, Tang Jingfang secured a place in the semi-finals after beating Thailand in her first bout. However, she lost to Myanmar in the semi-finals, but was still eligible for a joint bronze medal if she won her lower bracket match against Cambodia. It was an even match as neither athlete couldn't gain an upper hand. It had to go to a golden score round with the Cambodian winning the match. Up next was the men's under 66 kilogram category, with Zhou Yujie representing Singapore. Yujie only managed to win 1 of his 4 bouts against Lau. As Lau didn't win any match, Yujie was up for the joint bronze medal, shared with Cambodia's Volodymyr Gushkov. Dewa Kadek Ramawamaputra of Indonesia clinched the gold medal, with Shugen Nakano taking the silver.
Very happy that I'm able to bring back at least a medal for Team Singapore. Really wanted to bring back the gold for my coach, because I think he's been, all of us have been really looking forward to breaking the decade-long drought of gold medal. But unfortunately, the day didn't go as planned. It's not very satisfying, but I'll continue doing my best, to bring back a better color next time.
There will be more bouts to come tomorrow, so all the best to our Team Singapore athletes who are taking part in 4 events. Fencing also continues tomorrow with the team events. The women will be defending their team foil title and will definitely be cheering them on as well. All right, after this break, it is badminton and also water polo, where the men faced off against Indonesia, the gold medalists of the Hanoi SEA Games, in a real event, a revenge match, so you'll want to catch that one. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time. Thanks for staying with us here on Today at the games. Now, coming up soon, water polo, where Singapore took on Indonesia in both the men's and women's matches. For the men, this would be a crunch game as they lost to Indonesia in the last edition. First, though, we start with badminton, and it's Singapore versus Malaysia in the women's doubles.
Singapore against Malaysia, always a tough and tight battle. This is Elsa Lai. There she is. Anyway, here we go. First point, Malaysia. Good rally. And a good pick up there, you have to say. 5-8. Well, it's do or die now in this game. I think Singapore, if they're going to... shoot, they won't. It's 16. 11-16. Nice work. Good stab forward, and 12-18. Game point. And it will be Su Yin to serve it. That's it. Yeah, there you go. 21-12 then ultimately to Malaysia's Cheng sisters. Judo have put up a good fight here in those two games. 21-12 then in favour of Malaysia. First game to Malaysia. Su Yin gets us underway. Oh dear. That's a big error. And 5-4 is the score now. They are definitely... And another good return there. 15-8. And now 16-8. It's 10-19. Now down the middle, and it's 20. That is game and match point. So you have to say, if they win this, they're going to pick up a medal anyway for bronze. That will be the least of expectations. That's it. It's 21-11 in the second and 21-12 in the first. So a solid performance by Cheng Su-hui and Cheng Su-yin.
Team Nila were out in full force at the Olympic Swimming Centre in Phnom Penh, turning the water polo venue into a Singapore home pool. It was a crucial round-robin match against Indonesia for Team Singapore, as they were looking to avenge their only defeat in the SEA Games in 2019. The two water polo powerhouses started off the match with a fast pace and high intensity. Team Singapore in the white caps were down 1-3 in the first 7 minutes. But steadily they moved up another gear and started to control the game. Eugene Teo scored twice to level the game before Paul Tan took charge, scoring this stunning goal to help Singapore to lead for good. The 39-year-old was on fire after that goal as the team never looked back and convincingly won 12-5. Paul is one of the 4 former national representatives that made a return to the international stage, aiming to help the team to recapture that gold. The win means Singapore remains unbeaten after 3 matches. They will face the Philippines and host Cambodia over the next 2 days. Water polo was admitted in the Hanoi Games, and in the 2019 edition, Singapore won a bronze after being beaten by Indonesia and eking out a draw with host Philippines. Before that, the team had been invincible. They had a perfect run of 27 consecutive SEA Games gold medals. Perhaps they will start another streak from this Games onwards.
You know, they are a good team. I think they just ran out of energy at the end. So we trusted that we were the fitter team. We were better prepared, I think. So it's about, you know, grinding it out. I guess, you know, these games, there's a lot of pride at stake, so everybody's really fired up.
Definitely a lot of emotions, 4 years of hard work. I think, but ultimately this is a round-robin format. The job's not done. We still have 2 more matches ahead. But this is definitely a key milestone to pass.
Earlier in the morning, Singapore's women's team defeated Indonesia 10-6 to stand a chance for a medal in this 3-team event. They needed just 3 minutes to open the scoring. Heather Lee's long-range effort caught Indonesia's goalie by surprise as her powerful shot landed in the back of the net. Team captain Ko Ting Ting, who is a former national medley swimmer, doubled their lead in their next possession as Singapore took a 3-1 lead in the 8-minute first quarter. It's a must-win game for Singapore after they were beaten by Thailand 4-11 on Friday, as only gold and silver are awarded in this event. Indonesia fought back in the second quarter and made it a 1-point game, trailing 3-4 at half-time. But Team Singapore would regroup in the second half and score 5 goals in a row before wrapping up with a 10-6 victory. Teenager Anise Yap shone in her SEA Games debut. The 16-year-old scored 2 unanswered goals in the last 2 quarters. A total of 6 different Singapore players got on the score sheet, with Ko Xiao Lee, Abigail Yeo and Heather Lee all bagging a brace. The team's overall placing will be determined after the last round-robin match between Thailand and Indonesia on Tuesday.
Yes, actually our target is try to challenge Thailand for the gold medal, but we lost the first game, so now we must wait for the last game, the Indonesia and Thailand.
I think generally our communication and camaraderie is quite good, except for the first quarter. I think we were all very nervous. We were trying to do something, but in the end, we got quite a lot of exclusion. But all in all, I think we control ourselves in the third and fourth quarter and follow the plan, and everything went well.
So in terms of the medals then, after the close of proceedings today, 1 gold medal won on day 9 by Cohen Pang and Isaac Kwek in the table tennis, 3 silvers in table tennis and wrestling coming home to Singapore today as well, and a whopping 9 bronzes to add to our tally. That means 42 golds, 38 silvers and 53 bronzes, 133 medals in total so far. And we are heading into the penultimate day of action tomorrow, so let's take a quick look at what we can expect on day 10. And badminton action kickstarts proceedings on MeWatch 1. We will have the men's and women's singles and the doubles semis up first. That begins at 2 p.m. Over on MeWatch 3, it's the basketball preliminary rounds with Singapore taking on Vietnam. That's at 10 a.m. And remember, as always, you can tune in at 9:30 p.m. for Today at the Games to catch a wrap-up of all the action from day 10. We will also be looking back at the Singaporean athletes that made a real difference at this edition of the Games. You can tune in for summary of the Games on the 17th of May at 7:30 p.m. That's just before the closing ceremony. So plenty still to come then. But for now, hope you have a great rest of your evening and goodbye for now.